Tonight we interview a really big star. Not you, him!
The year is 1994, and Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is all set to be released for the Mega Drive in the UK. To help promote the game, Sega wanted to create a hit, chart-topping single about the blue blur that would constantly be played on the radio, as well as in their own television adverts. The marketing team were going to need a big name in the music industry at the height of their fame to pull off such an ambitious prospect. Luckily, they knew exactly who to collaborate with. Someone with a single that sold over 1 million copies in 1991, peaked at number 1 in the American, Australian, and New Zealand charts that same year, and who was already a huge fan of the Sonic franchise. For Sega, it was a no-brainer. They needed none other than Richard Fairbrass and his brother Fred, the lead members of the pop band Right Said Fred. And as a result, we got this.
He is a Mr. Wonderman. He's a Mr. Wonderman. Wonderman. Wonderman.
At this point, I'm willing to bet that you have a few questions, such as, who the hell are Right Said Fred? Why were they chosen out of all the artists from the early 90s? What is this song even about? How was it received by critics? And is that the same bloke from that really weird Sonic 2 advert? Well, to start with, Right Said Fred are a British band responsible for the one-hit wonder I'm Too Sexy, which was conceived to take the piss out of fashion models and bodybuilders that used the gym owned by the Fairbrass brothers. The band was interviewed in issue 22 of Fleetway's Sonic the Comic, where they stated that Sega were looking for a band with a similar street cred image to theirs, and approached them to come up with a reputable song to promote the launch of Sonic 3. This led Richard, Fred, and guitarist Rob Manzoli to rewrite the lyrics to their song Wonderman, so that instead of it being about the naked treat in magazines, what the fuck? It became centered around Sonic himself, who is now the titular Wonderman. There are numerous surface-level references to the character and his games, such as his power sneakers, spin attack, and obviously his high speed. But the band also compares him to Speedy Gonzales of Looney Tunes fame and King Kong. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell they mean by Fay Wray's King Kong. Speedy Gonzales I get, but how is a super fast blue hedgehog who saves animals comparable to a giant gorilla that kidnaps women? It's a line that's confused me for years, and I can't think of any logical explanation for it. If any of you chaps have a theory regarding how it might relate to Sonic, then please let me know. I'd legitimately love to hear from you about this. The song also references Sega itself with the line, "To be that good just ain't that easy," a nod to their marketing slogan, "To be this good takes ages," and not a dig at other mascot platformers imitating Sonic as you claim Genius.com. I know someone who won't be happy about your opinion on Awesome Possum kicks Dr. Machino's butt. Additionally, Stephen O'Donnell appears in Wonderman's music video, reprising his role as the host of Sega TV from previous adverts for the Mega Drive, desperately trying to find Sonic so that he can interview him. And yes, he is the same bloke from that really weird Sonic 2 advert. Speaking of the music video, it's clearly based on Sega's Pirate TV advertising campaign rather than the actual Sonic series, so you'd be forgiven for wondering what the fuck is happening if you had no context beforehand. I mean seriously, what the fuck is happening here? Who are all of these people? Why are they dancing in the middle of bumfuck nowhere? Are they Sonic fans? What's with all these red squares and arrows inside what appears to be Sonic's giant mono-eye? Is this supposed to be his point of view? Does he actually see this stuff in the games? What does any of this have to do with Sonic the fucking Hedgehog? We get a few snippets of gameplay from Sonic 3 and a sign for Hydro City Zone, which is where I assume all of this is supposed to be taking place, but aside from that, Sonic is entirely absent in this music video. A very strange decision for something that's meant to be promoting a new game in his series. So, the lyrics make no goddamn sense, the music video is insane and has nothing to do with Sonic. What about the song's instrumental? Is it similar to one of the level themes from Sonic 3's soundtrack, and that's why they chose to rework it for this marketing stunt? No, it isn't, but I actually really like the composition here. Putting aside my personal feelings about the Fairbrass brothers, they used to know how to make a fantastic tune, and this is no exception. It's incredibly upbeat, catchy, and stuck in my head as I write this sentence into the script, and probably will be when I come to record it, which, yeah, it is. I didn't think that club music would be a genre that fits Sonic the Hedgehog all that well, but in this case, I've got to admit, it does work. But did the goal behind the song itself work? Was Wonderman a chart-topping success? No, not really. It didn't make the UK top 40, only peaking at number 55, and reviews were understandably unkind to it. Alan Jones from the magazine Music Week stated, "Right Said Fred have come up with a rather cheap-sounding and gimmicky song, although the much-publicised tie-in with Sonic 3 will generate some interest from games buyers." And after the advertising campaign for Sonic 3 was over, Sega and Right Said Fred parted ways, with the song being all but forgotten outside of the Sonic fanbase. And even then, it's mostly looked back on by the community as an utterly bizarre novelty single from the series' early days. Thankfully though, Wonderman was the only collaboration with a massively popular music artist for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 to fail in some way, shape or form, because there absolutely wasn't anything else like that, especially not in the actual game's soundtrack. Oh, and by the way, what the bloody hell is this album cover?